wonderful person, really. It's no word to say.
Professor Vinod is one of the top Indian scholars in international studies. He is a serious, dedicated, and committed scholar. He is a man of academic distinction, honesty, and integrity. He is a simple, unassuming, thorough gentleman and a man of principles. 12ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದ ಶರಣರ ಭಾನುವಂತೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ M.J. ವಿನೋದ್ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನುಡಿದಂತೆ ನಡೆದು ತೋರಿಸಿರುವುದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಭಿಮಾನದ ಸಂಗತಿ.
The generous, the knowledgeable, modest, courageous, respectable, and highly respected.
The way he used to express how the monkeys have come to his farm, and that I used to enjoy very much because it showed two things. One is his knowledge about the natural world, and second is his compassion for those monkeys, and so this knowledge impressed me, and we used to interact.
After coming home, he still had the passion and energy to look after his plants and pets in the most admirable way. To me, he will always be my little brother who had a trick up his sleeve. I am so proud to have seen your growth in everything in life. You have taken challenges head on and turned them into your biggest strengths. You have led by example that no matter failure or success that have come your way, you have always put your best foot forward. As most of you know, Vinod is a stalwart in his field of political science. But what you don't know is that he is a gifted plant lover with a special talent for the art of bonsai. His culinary skills too cannot be underestimated. He is a favorite among all his nephews and nieces. He has been a pillar of strength in our family, always putting others' needs before his own. Vinny, I know that if Chachan and Mummy were here, they would be proud of the man you are today. We are really blessed to have you in our family. Here, wishing you a fulfilling retirement. May your new journey be filled with joy.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಅಡಗಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆನಂದ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತರಗತಿ ಮಹಾಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರಬಂಧ. ನಿಮ್ಮೊಡನೆ ಕಳೆದ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಪರಮಾನಂದ.
He is a person of different character. He is a scholar of his own kind. His contribution to the scholarship, it's amazing actually. I believe Vinod will continue to contribute further, even after the retirement, to the knowledge production, and I don't think his retirement should be treated as a complete retirement, because anybody who is producing the knowledge will never retire. So M.J. Vinod will not retire, but meanwhile I'll wish him all the best.
ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಜೀವನ ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು.
He's one of the rarest gentlemen I have ever seen in my life. In all my interactions with him, he comes across as such a warm-hearted, compassionate, very generous human being, so good-hearted, apart from being a very erudite academician. I like his compassionate nature, and I've always enjoyed very fruitful interactions.
Vinod is a very good teacher. He is an excellent political analyst, and regularly he used to contribute articles to different newspapers, and he used to analyze the different political developments both in the state as well as at the national level. He has served Bangalore University for more than 38 years and a senior professor and a political expert like Professor Vinod should get some more opportunity in different academic institutions.
Vinod sir is an ideal human being, dedicated professor,
and model teacher.
Old buddy, Venu, Professor Vinod to both of you. Going down memory lane, I've known him from the age of 15. 4 of us studied together at St. Joseph's, PUC and BA. He and Nirmal went on to the university, political science. Mohan and I went on to do our law. However, our lives have always been intertwined. Happy get-togethers at Nirmala Farm. Vinod is a born professor. So what else do I say to him? Cheers, follow on. You are always a student of political science, and your students will be teaching further generations. You see, we are all, 4 of us, extremely quiet people. We are what's called backbenchers. So how we met in the first PUC, when we had a very gracious professor, B.R.A. Rao. So he said, I don't like everybody sitting stiffly or all fresh out of school. Come on, move along, mix, say hello to each other. So that's how we had our first chit-chats and discovered so many commonalities. But Venu was a very simple person. He never did anything wrong. I don't know what was, I think there was only one joke which he cracked. Life in jungle when you are single. When you are double, there is trouble. That's the only thing.
Vinod is a dear friend of mine for more than half a century, dating back to our school days, college and university. As a student, I've had very fond memories of my visits to the farmhouse, the generous hospitality and appetizing food served by his dear mother, and the intellectual and stimulating conversations with his father, Professor Joseph. I know Vinod as a very meticulous person, a personal friend, a scholar deeply committed to the cause of education and research, and a very fine human being. Vinod has had a very fulfilling career in the Department of Political Science, where he served in various capacities. On the occasion of his well-earned retirement, I wish him all the very best, peace, happiness, and all the joys of retired life.
ಯಾವ ಆಯಾಮದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಭಿಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರತಾದಂಥ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾದವರನ್ನು, ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದವರನ್ನು, ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹವಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರಭಾವಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸೂಜಿಗಲ್ಲಿನಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಅವರದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೇವಲ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಮಾನವೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಕಳಕಳಿ, ಮಾನವೀಯವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮೃದುತ್ವದ ಧೋರಣೆ, ಇವುಗಳು ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾಗಿ ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕಂಡದ್ದು.
And one thing I remember to share with you is that you used to tell me that the whole world is open before you. Fly high. That how it has motivated me, I cannot explain. That made me motivated very much, and thank you for that motivation.
Lived like a family in the department, starting with Chelvaraju, who set up the department in the year 1973. I joined him in 1974. Subsequently, Professor Narayan and then Dr. Arlem Patil also joined the department. And Jeevan Kumar and Vinod and Sanjay Krishnan and Sandeep Shastri, who all passed out from the department, also joined the department as faculty members. It has been a very well-lit group in the department. In fact, modesty notwithstanding, I can say that the Department of Political Science has been the envy of most departments in the university. Well, now talking about Vinod, who has been, to put it, first things first, he is an excellent human being. He is so modest and so cultured in his disposition and in his way he would talk to his colleagues and others. He would always address us as sir. I used to tell him, look, technically I was not your teacher, so you don't have to call me sir, you can call me by name. No, he says, oh no sir, no sir. You have been a teacher, though you did not formally teach. And, he has been an excellent teacher. He understood the ground realities also very well. What I mean by that is the the influx of Kannada medium students from rural colleges into the department, and he made it an effort. He made very conscious and sincere efforts to learn Kannada and to teach, translate his lectures into Kannada also. But talking about Vinod as a person, as I said, he is already, I already said, he is a very affectionate, courteous person. We have enjoyed, myself, my colleagues and the families, we have enjoyed his great hospitality in his, farmhouse situated in near Hoskote in Bangalore. He is ably supported by his loving wife Preeta and his only son, Vivek, and his wife. His Vinod's brothers are also well known. One of his elder brothers is living in the United States. I believe he has done excellent work in the field of medicine and neurosciences and allied disciplines. His other brother is also an expert in orthopedics. We have run to him many a times when we have had small problems, and we would first tell Vinod, I have this problem, that problem. He would probably talk to Dr. Saji, and then Saji would say, will initially prescribe some medicine and then say, come over, I will not make you wait, I will give you the best of treatment that I can. So these are things which we all cherish. It is not just the professional relationship that we have had with him, which we will continue to have with him. It is the personal relationship and bonding that has gone a long way in cementing our relationships. I become emotional to a certain extent when it comes to my mind that Vinod is retiring. He should also spend more time with his family, perhaps, because during his, as long as he was teaching, he used to pack his, he used to leave home by about 7:45 or 8, if I remember, and reach home. When the metro was not there, it was quite an ordeal for him to come to the department. But he used to be the first one actually to be near the department entrance. By 9:45 he would be there. If we go at 10, or even the clerical staff would go at 10 o'clock, he would be sitting there on those the culvert and waiting for them to open the doors and things like that. These are things which are very fresh in our memory. I wish him all the best.
I could be back in my homeland, singing.
Thank you for your endless patience, motivation and persistence.
ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಭಯ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವಿನೋದ್ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಗುರುಭಕ್ತಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರು, ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು. ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನನಗೆ ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸಿದ ಹಲವಾರು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ. ಅಂಥವರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ M.J. ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖರು ನಮಗೆ.
You inspire me, my friends and so many generations.
For his simplicity and humbleness. He is hardworking despite being knowledgeable, which is very rare in the university setup. He is a role model to many, including me. He practiced what he preached. One example which I can give is, throughout his entire academic journey, he always commuted in the public transport from the house to the university. But sir, we remember you for your conduct. We remember you for your personality. We remember you for your academic achievements with lots and lots of pride and happiness. Your conduct, your personality, your academic achievements speak for itself. Sir, God bless you. I pray in the Lord to have a happy retirement.
It's unimaginable that the Department of Political Science is going to be without you.
Hello, Professor Vinod sir. I mean, I could not imagine that this day would come when, as a dean, as a principal of University Law College, I will have to send you off, in the sense that, I thought you're still young, sir. Actually, my first interaction with Professor M.J. Vinod was when I took his assistance in selecting a project fellow for a UGC major project almost about 10-12 years back, and since then I have seen this person, this professor, as a great gentleman. Not only in the later on, of course, he assisted in LIC committees. He was there as a dean faculty of political science, while I was there as a dean faculty of law, and then many committees that the university constituted for various activities such as the statutes committee, the grievance redressal committee. In all these committees, my interaction with Professor M.J. Vinod has been absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you, he's a gem of a person, number one. Number two, he's scholarly also. I have very silently read some of his articles that appears very often. Even during COVID times also, he has written an article in Deccan Herald especially. So I'm too small a person to give any marks to his intellectual ability, but he is a research scholar par excellence. I'm sure many of his students would be missing his presence in the department. Just yesterday I had an interaction with him in the last meeting of the statutes committee. I remembered all his work, all his good work that he has done. I wish Professor M.J. Vinod continues to guide his students, continues to help Bangalore University in achieving academic excellence. The fact that some of all of you have come together online that to give say hello sir, take care of you, means a lot to Professor M.J. Vinod sir. I've personally been benefited with all your assistance, your guidance that you have given to not only to University Law College but also to personally to me. Thank you very much sir. I wish your retirement life would be as peaceful as it should be, and you will still guide us in your through your intellectual writing sir. Wish you all the best sir. Namaste sir.
ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇವರನ್ನು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ M.J. ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕಳೆದಿರುವ ಆ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬಹುಶಃ ದೇವರು ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬಹುದೇನೋ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
And I have always found him very receptive to a new idea. Very few people have receptivity to new ideas. Very few people want to learn. But I find that Professor Vinod is always ready to accept a new idea and work about that. That I think is a great quality about him. In addition to that, he is very humble and the professorship doesn't sit very heavily on his shoulders.
Dear Vinod sir, what is Patil sir for you? You are for me, and generally you will remain as a special guru for me for 3 reasons. First reason is that you generally have seen from my post-graduation study days in the Department of Political Science. I have seen you that you have always been respecting everybody, treating everybody equally, irrespective of the designation or whether they are students or whether they are teachers. You always tend to give equal respect and also treat them equally. And second most important thing I found in you is that you always tend to encourage and give a lot of support irrespective of whoever might be there in the department or outside the department I have come across. And many of them, whether they have the potential or they do not have the potential, you always tend to encourage and support. At times these kind of support and encouragement have really transformed their life, and many people have been acknowledging this, and there are many living examples. And third most important thing is you always tend to create a lot of opportunities for youngsters. I have seen you several occasions where you have encouraged a lot of youngsters and you try to create opportunities, which is very important for these youngsters to capitalize and come up with life. So because of 3 reasons, I feel that you are always my special guru, and personally I am very grateful to you sir for key role you have played in my life, particularly after 2004. You have been a source of moral support for me, and you also been a mentor for me since 2004, and you also have been an inspiring person for me throughout my life. So in that way I am very grateful to you sir. But one thing I'll be missing since you are retiring is that the Khane Pe Charcha. So as you all know that we regularly have discussions during the tea time and the lunch time, and I spent a lot of time with Vinod sir. Despite several difference of opinion, we always have been had good discussions. It was very fruitful, and you also forthcoming accepting our ideas or our point of view. So in that way I'm very grateful, and I miss this Khane Pe Charcha, which is very important part of the department's daily life. Then apart from this, I wish you, sir, that all the best for your retirement life, and I hope that you will have a very prosperous life. But one thing is that you might be in Christ University, or you might go to Jain University, or you might go to United States. But I'm very confident that your heart will be in the department. So that is where we can capitalize and use your potential for the growth of department. And finally, I just want to say that you have laid the legacy for the department. All the pillars of the departments have retired. Despite that, your legacy remains. So that will help us to take this department forward. And I'll promise on behalf of the colleagues and the teachers who will be coming in near future or joining our department, that we will be keeping the flag high of the department always. Live up to your expectations. Wishing you all the best, sir, and hope to see lot of your writings. Thank you, sir.
It's indeed a very, very unique and special honor for me to say these few words about a friend, colleague, and somebody who has been like a part of my family. Vinod retires at the end of this month, ends one innings to start a second innings, which I know will be as glorious, as successful, as enriching, as fulfilling as the first. I have known Vinod since 1980. It's now 42 years. We joined the MA program together. We joined the MPhil together. We started our PhD together. We joined the department as a faculty around the same time. And as I look back at these 42 years, I think one person whose association has been very special, has been very unique, has been very enriching, has been Vinod. I think in the last 42 years, Vinod's students, Vinod's colleagues, Vinod's contemporaries, Vinod's friends, anybody who has had a chance to actually know him, meet him, would have realized what a wonderful, wonderful human being he is. His energy, his passion, his patience, his approach, all are something which are so very captivating and make him the very, very, very special person that he is. I have not only known Vinod as a colleague, he has been a very close friend. Our families have bonded so very well. His father and mother were somebody who I knew very well. His brothers and sisters are people I know. His wife Preeta is a very close part of our family also. Just as is Vivek and Vivek's wife Pooja. Similarly, on my side, my mother has held Vinod in the highest regard. And of course, it's a pity that now she's not able to recognize him because of her ailments. Shailaja is also very close to Vinod and his family, as is my son Sanjal. We have bonded so well, and I think never does a week pass without Vinod and I being in touch with each other, especially after I left the department. We have always constantly kept in touch. Vinod, as you formally retire, here is wishing you the best of health, the best of happiness and joy. I'm sure now you will have much more time to spend with Preeta and the family. And I'm sure Preeta is looking forward to being able to spend more time with you. I'm sure your research work and your teaching work and your engagement in the academic domain will continue. I'm sure you'll now have more time for your passions, maybe your garden, maybe your farm. And I look forward to seeing much more of your writing in this second innings. All the best and good luck, Godspeed, and the best of health.
ಆತ್ಮವನ್ನು ಮೈಗೂಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವ ನಿಶ್ಚಲ ನಿರ್ಮಲ ನಿರಾಧಾರಿಗಳು ನೀವು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮದ ಆನಂದ ನಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಳಗಿರುವ ಶಾಂತಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಎದೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಬರಲಿ ಎಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗಿದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಹೃದಯಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ.
He is a great resource person and a teacher, and has been inspiring the teacher participants attending several courses of UGC HRDC and the students of Department of Political Science, Bangalore University, Bangalore. I wish him a very long, healthy, wealthy, retired life, and request him to continue his support to UGC HRDC and enlighten our participants by imparting his knowledge. I wish him once again all the best and his family. Thank you.
ಅವರು ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋಧನೆಯ ವಿಧಾನ, ಶಾಂತ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ರೀತಿಯ ಜೀವನ ಶೈಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಬೀರಿದೆ.
He is a man of very strong conviction, highly committed and principled, a very popular teacher as I have known him, a serious researcher and an able administrator as well, a much sought out person for all academic programs in many universities and other academic institutions, and widely travelled in India and abroad. We had a very tough teacher for international relations at that time. So I always used to ask Vinod for reference books chapter wise in order to prepare my notes. Now, understanding my plight, one day he gave me a lengthy sheet which contained nearly 25 to 30 titles of books relating to international relations, and he also mentioned where they were available at different libraries. Now, I think I have retained this list even to this day.
ವಿನೋದ್ ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ತಮಾಷೆ ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸು ನಾನೇನು ವಿನೋದ್ಗೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ. ಭಾಳ ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಘಟನೆ. ಆಗ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸು disagreed with me, but I told him, you have a tension and also causes tension to your family ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಏನು ಕಾರಣನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೇನೋ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಟೆನ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸು, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವಿವಿಡ್ಲಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸು ಡಿಸಗ್ರೀಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ, ಬಟ್ ಐ asked him, Vinod, ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿ. ವಿನೋದ್ ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ, ಹೌದು ಸರ್ ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ನನಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದರೆ ವಿನೋದ್ಗೆ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಕಾಗೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮಂಥವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇರಬೇಕು? ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಯಿತು. ಆಗ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆ ಘಟನೆ ನನಗಿನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿದೆ. ಹೇಳಿ.
Firstly, as a friend and an elder brother, me and Vinod were not speaking to each other daily, but I could feel the warmth of his friendship and the sincerity whenever we met personally or spoke on phone. And it never diminished during the last 30 odd years of our friendship. The second and more academically germane reason is that Vinod represented those few university teachers who took pains to travel for academic events outside of one's university. The trio, Professor R.L.M. Patil, Professor Jeevan Kumar, and Professor M.J. Vinod were regular visitors to the Department of Political Science, Kerala University. The image of Vinod as a tall, slender, well-dressed young man still lingers in my mind. Professor Vinod keeps speaking and writing about those noble values. You don't retire. You only take a detour. All my colleagues and students in the Department of Political Science, Kerala University wish you the best.
ಕೊಂಬ ಮೆಸರ ಬಂಬಂಗಳೇ ಎನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ ಪಾದಿ ಕೊಡ್ದು ನಾ ಮಾರಿ ತಿಂದು
the help Professor Vinod gave me during my MPhil studies. This apart, Dr. Vinod also is a prominent member of Board of Studies of our college, and he has played a key role in framing of the syllabus of our BA as well as MA courses for the last 15 years. So on behalf of my college management, I thank Professor Vinod for all the encouragement, support and guidance is given to the Board of Studies of St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. Professor Vinod is one of the prominent political scientists of India. He has published widely, he has travelled widely, and he is a prominent personality as far as the discipline of political science is concerned in India. I wish Professor Vinod a happy retired life and hope he continues to extend his support for the Department of Political Science, St. Joseph's College. Thank you.
You are an amazing teacher and you only deserve the best. You are the spark, you are the inspiration, the guide, the candle to all students' life. You inspired me, my friends, and so many generations.
St. Joseph's College, and his mother a noble soul. They came from an humble background but developed the area in which they have built a farmhouse now. Sheer out of dedication, hard work, humility, they have developed the whole area. That is a tribute to the parents of M.J. Vinod. The father, son and daughter all traveled together the bus from their old farmhouse to the St. Joseph's College, High School, etc. And M.J. Vinod himself traveled in the bus all through his MA, MPhil and PhD courses. He was very well known, pretty well known to the bus conductors, and he was one passenger who would be quiet, reading his notes or books throughout the journey. So he was famous for that, a noble, silent, hard-working gentleman. And throughout his career, so far as I was concerned, he was very attentive and sincere. Whatever task was given to him, he executed it very sincerely, and very quiet fellow. He and Sandeep Shastri, they were almost like twins in the department at that time, and they worked hard to raise the reputation of the department as such. Whenever I had sent them to attend some seminars or conferences in political science and international relations, they raised the reputation of the department. And wherever I went, they used to ask me how lucky your department is. It has got such young, talented lecturers, and I was so happy about their advancement. Dr. M.J. Vinod is a gem of a person, a very utterly human being, minding his own business, never quarreling with anyone, and he was so assiduous in his preparation for lectures that though Kannada was not his mother tongue, I repeat, though Kannada was not his mother tongue, he taught classes in Kannada which were appreciated by students. And gradually he did PhD under me. I was so happy, and whatever task I had asked him to do, he did it gladly without question. For example, I asked him to make a reference literature before he starts writing his first chapter. He did it to my satisfaction, and later on it was appreciated by the readers of the book, which was published as a book, that is a thesis, was appreciated. The Americans brought out their own edition of it because it dealt with American foreign policy making, and he got due recognition and he is flourishing in this field. I am so happy about it. And more than that, I should say he is a model student. How to prepare himself before he enters the class, to read, to make mental notes, what questions to ask, and then quietly he used to go to library and pick up those relevant books and read and make notes and inform us what he has done.
ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ M.J.Vinod ಸರ್ ಅವರು ನಾಲ್ಕಣ್ಣಂತೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಅತ್ಯುತ್ತಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ಇವರು ತುಂಬ ಸರಳ, ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯುಳ್ಳ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು, ಚಿಂತಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಸಂಶೋಧಕರು ಕೂಡ. ಇವರು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೂ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ತುಂಬುವ ಮಾದರಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ಇವರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ UGC HRDC ಅಂದರೆ UGC ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೇವೆಯಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತಿರುವ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ದೇವರು ದೀರ್ಘಾಯಸ್ಸು, ನೆಮ್ಮದಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಿ ಎಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Indeed, our friendship goes back to more than 40 years because I met him when Dr. Vinod was a student of the Bangalore University doing his PhD research work. Thereafter, he joined the faculty and we were on continuous meeting because I was then part of the faculty and Dean and head of the Department of Political Science in University of Kerala. So I could find out an excellent human behavior and friend with Dr. M.J.Vinod, a lovely person, and he was very adaptable and used to be matter of fact but in a very humble and sociable manner. Of course, I knew him that he has roots in Kerala, but he became a citizen of Karnataka for a long time, probably ever since his parents moved to Bangalore, and I had the opportunity to stay in his house, in his estate in the outskirts of Bangalore. So we used to interact, and on several occasions we used to talk on many things, and this friendship continued for a very, very long time.
It is time for him to spare more time to his family members, which they have been eagerly looking for. Professor Vinod, as I have seen, is not only a serious and good teacher, but also a dedicated researcher, for which his students who are absorbed in different professions and services stand as a testimony to it. A person down to earth and so simple that he has been a role model for the students' community. His dedication to the students has been so much that one can make out from the vast knowledge he has acquired not for himself alone, but to his clients, the students' community. One can make out when Professor Vinod is putting across the knowledge to his students by feeling their receptive pulses. Good luck and more success to Professor Vinod in the days to come, and the students community to bear with the loss that they are foregoing the interaction with the experienced professor in the Department of Political Science, Bangalore University, Professor Vinod. Thank you very much.
ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಆಗಿದ್ದರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಆಗಿದ್ದರು. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನದಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಉತ್ತಮ ಮಾನವ ಜೀವಿ. ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯ ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಡಕವಾಗಿದ್ದು. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಜೀವನದಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಪ್ರವಚನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಶಿಸ್ತನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ನಂತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಅವರ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂತರ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಜವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರಸ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಪಟ್ಟರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಂತ ಹಿರಿಯರಿರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಂತ ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಾದಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರಸ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ನೇಹಜೀವಿಯಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಮೆರೆದಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉತ್ತಮ ಪುರುಷ.
ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲು. ಗುರುಜನರ ಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಸದ್ಗುಣದ ಸಾಗರದಿ ಅಲೆಗಲೆಗೂ ಸರಳತೆಯ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ನೀಡಿದ ಗುರುವೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ನನ್ನೀ ಕವನ ನಮನ ಸನ್ಮಾನ. ತನುಮನದ ಮಂದಿರದಿ ಈದರೆಯ ಹಂದಿರದಿ, ತನುಮನದ ಮಂದಿರದಿ ಈದರೆಯ ಹಂದಿರದಿ, ಜ್ಞಾನರವಿ ನೀವಾಗಿ ನೀಡಿದಿರಿ ಬೆಳಕು, ಜ್ಞಾನರವಿ ನೀವಾಗಿ ನೀಡಿದಿರಿ ಬೆಳಕು. ನಿಜ ಮನುಜತನದಿಂದ ಬಳಿ ಬಂದ ಶಿಷ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಅರಿವಿನಮೃತವಾಗಿ ಗುರುವಾದಿರಿ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಾದಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳ ರಾಜ್ಯ ನೀತಿಯನರಿತು, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಾದಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳ ರಾಜ್ಯ ನೀತಿಯನರಿತು, ಚಿಂತನೆಯ ಸಿರಿತನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊಬಗಾದಿರಿ, ಚಿಂತನೆಯ ಸಿರಿತನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊಬಗಾದಿರಿ. ಕ್ಷಣರೇಗದೀ ಜೀವ ಸುಮನಗೆಯ ಮುಖಭಾವ, ಕ್ಷಣರೇಗದೀ ಜೀವ ಸುಮನಗೆಯ ಮುಖಭಾವ. ನೇಹ ನಮ್ಯತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ, ನೇಹ ನಮ್ಯತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಮತೆ ಮಮತೆಯ ಜಾವ ನೀವಾದಿರಿ. ಮನೆಯ ಕೈದೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ, ಮನೆಯ ಕೈದೋಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಡಬಳ್ಳಿ ಮರಗಳಿಗೆ ಜೀವಜಲ ಬೆರೆಯುತ್ತ ಋಷಿಯಾದಿರಿ, ಜೀವಜಲ ಬೆರೆಯುತ್ತ ಋಷಿಯಾದಿರಿ. ಓದು ಬೋಧೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶೋಧನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಲವ ನರಳಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ವೃತ್ತಿ ಚೈತನ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸೆಲೆಯಾದಿರಿ. ವರುಷ ವರುಷಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಭೂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದರೂ ದಣಿಯದೆ ಶ್ರಮವೆರೆದು ಸಾಧನೆಯ ಮುಕುಟಕ್ಕೆ ಗರಿಯಾದಿರಿ. ಕನಸುಗಳ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿ, ಕನಸುಗಳ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿ, ನನಸಿಗರ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಗೆ ಹೊನಲಾದಿರಿ, ನೆನಸಿಗರ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಗೆ ಹೊನಲಾದಿರಿ. ನಿತ್ಯದುತ್ಸಾಹಕ್ಕೂ ಕಾರ್ಯದುನ್ಮಾದಕ್ಕೂ ಶುಭ ಹರಿಸಿದ ಬಾಯಿ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಾಧನೆಗೂ ಸಹಿತ ಬೆನ್ನು ತಟ್ಟಿದ ಕೈ. ಶಕ್ತಿಯುಕ್ತಿಗಳ ಸನ್ಮತಿ ಶಾಂತಿಗೂ, ಶಕ್ತಿಯುಕ್ತಿಗಳ ಸನ್ಮತಿ ಶಾಂತಿಗೂ ತತ್ವಾದರ್ಶದ ಕಡಲು. ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಸೆರೆಯಲಿ ಮನುಕುಲದ ಎದೆಯಲಿ, ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಸೆರೆಯಲಿ ಮನುಕುಲದ ಎದೆಯಲಿ ಸದ್ಭಾವವ ಬೆಳಗಿದ ನಿಜಧನನು. ವಿನೋದ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಸಾರಥಿಯಾಗಿ, ವಿನೋದ ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಸಾರಥಿಯಾಗಿ ವೃತ್ತಿಗೂ ಘನತೆಯ ನೀಡಿದಿರಿ, ವೃತ್ತಿಗೂ ಘನತೆಯ ನೀಡಿದಿರಿ. ಒಲುಮೆ ಕುಲುಮೆಗಳ ಅಂತರವರಿತು, ಒಲುಮೆ ಕುಲುಮೆಗಳ ಅಂತರವರಿತು. ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಬೆಳಗಿ ನಮಗಾದಿರಿ ನೀವು ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲು, ನಮಗಾದಿರಿ ನೀವು ಕರುಣೆಯ ಕಡಲು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅನಿತಾ.
Even after 27 years of my post-graduation from Bangalore University, even to this day I remember structural functional approach, communication theory, which was very difficult at that time because it was a new subject for us, comparative politics, comparative political theory. But he made us so easy in his simple explanation that I am not able to forget his teaching. I remember the way he explained us in the class. I'ma sing it loud and loud. Let me be free. Padivaal bhadra vatakam kailendum tamborate nalla chadithiru mumbil channu kali kali.
Vinod on the occasion of his retirement. Vinod, in my opinion, fits into the mold of the perfect academic. He has performed the 4 R's with distinction: reading, reflecting, writing, and researching. You may perhaps be tempted to ask, but what about teaching? wasn't Vinod basically a teacher? Of course, teaching is an academic's bread and butter, or if you prefer, idli sambar. But on retirement day, when a university teacher is asked, what did you do throughout your career? And if he or she answers, well, I did what every teacher was expected to do, teach, I don't think that would be considered an achievement. A university teacher is expected to do more than that. One is expected to read, reflect, write and research. And this is where Vinod comes out in flying colors. My association with Vinod begins when he joined the Department of Political Science as a student. Right from day one, he impressed all of us with his sincerity of purpose, his seriousness, and his dedication. If the teacher gave a list of references at the end of the lecture, they were meant to be read and digested. That was Vinod, always interested in the pursuit of knowledge. It is no wonder, therefore, that these qualities were spotted by Dr. K.H. Elvaraju, the founder of the department, and Vinod joined the Faculty of Political Science in Bangalore University soon after passing out. How would I rate Vinod as a junior colleague? Again, 10 out of 10 with absolutely no hesitation. He measured up to all our expectations most admirably while continuing to be respectful and reverential to us seniors. He took his lecture seriously, accepted responsibilities willingly, was fair and objective in his internal assessment, extracted the best from his research students, and served as a role model by and large. How would I rate Vinod as professor and chairman? Again, 10 out of 10 unhesitatingly. He brought his own unique qualities to headship: punctuality, availability, accessibility, apart from providing inspirational leadership. Vinod's ambit of influence was not restricted to the Department of Political Science at Bangalore University. His services were utilized in various capacities, last but not the least as Dean of the Faculty of Arts. While quite a few of us did occupy that position, Dr. Vinod accepted this responsibility with a reformist zeal that deserves acclaim. He brought in a new set of rules, regulations and guidelines to overcome so many bottlenecks and hurdles that were coming in the way of our researchers. As member and later chairperson of many other university bodies like the Local Inquiry Committee, Vinod is known to have left a distinct mark. Vinod's scholarship has not been confined within domestic walls. International fellowships have seen him crisscrossing the globe, be it the United States, Europe, or our neighboring countries. The Fulbright Fellowship, of course, is the biggest feather in his cap. While one can go on and on extolling Vinod's admirable and, if I may say, enviable qualities, there are two of them that I just cannot leave out: integrity and simplicity. Academic integrity is all about doing the right thing under any circumstance. I do not recall a single instance of Vinod making any compromise here throughout his career. He leaves the department and university with a spotless reputation. The other admirable quality in Vinod is his simplicity. With so many achievements under his belt, I think Vinod is entitled to throw his weight around. But he has never done that. Perhaps he cannot do that, throw his weight around, because he is so slim and trim. But jokes aside, one will always remember Vinod for his disarming, down-to-earth simplicity. While one can go on and on listing Vinod's innumerable qualities of head and heart, limitations of time do not permit me to do so. Let me end my tribute by making a prediction. Post-retirement, do you think Vinod will remain confined to Nirmala Farm and Hoskote? No, sir. For scholars like Vinod, the sky is the limit. I think we will now see a globe-trotting, jet-setting, high-flying Vinod accepting international assignments and spreading his insights and wisdom far and wide. Whether Preeta would welcome this or not, I do not know. most better halves would like to have their spouses finally to themselves post-retirement. But Preeta should know better, being married to a distinguished, always in demand academic like Vinod. Whatever they decide, I wish Vinod a peaceful and fulfilling second innings. God bless you, Vinod. You deserve the very best.
ನಾನು ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಳ ಚಿಕ್ಕವಳು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ನೇಹಜೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಉತ್ತಮ ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಿವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವರ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಜೀವನ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಅದು ಅವರು ಸುಖವಾಗಿ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಸದಸ್ಯರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಳೀಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರಾಗೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರೆ, ಅವತ್ತು ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರೆ. 94ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಸರ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರಾಗೇ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಗುರುತಿಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವರು ನನ್ನ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರಾಗಿ, ಗುರುಗಳಾಗಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಬಯಸ್ತೀನಿ. ವಿನೋದ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಕೋಪನೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಯಿತಾ. ನಾನು 94ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಅವರು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ದಿವಸ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಅವರು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ದಿವಸನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಜೀವನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಅಂತ ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Time has come for me to retire and to move on. As you know, life never stops. I believe that's so in my case too. At the outset, let me first of all express my sincere thanks and appreciation to Professor Thammaiah, Chairman of the Department, my colleagues Narsimurthy, Veena Devi, Surendra Kumar, non-teaching staff, each one of them, for having invited me and my family for this occasion. It is an occasion that we will always cherish. The way it was, amount of trouble you have taken to organize this, I can well imagine, especially to coordinate it online. So a lot of planning and effort has gone into this. I really, on behalf of my family, really appreciate it. God has blessed me with the privilege of serving this university for 38 years now, 37 years, yes, right from probably 83, officially as a research assistant, and then as a lecturer those days. Then I became a reader, and then a professor. I was also a student here, so I spent more time in that sense. I had the privilege of being a student here too, and also did my MPhil and PhD subsequently. And hence, please bear with me if I take little time to thank a number of individuals without taking too much of your time. Mottamathulu, I have to really thank my parents, Tande Thai, really, for their unconditional love, for their support, and for their unbelievable sacrifice that they have made. If I am something today, it is just basically they have been a great support for me, a great pillar for me. And definitely on this occasion, I have to very specially remember them. I have to thank all my, I need to thank all my teachers, right since my primary school days. They have been able to provide me certain possibilities in life. I think it is because of that. It could not have happened out of thin air, definitely. And I think they have helped me mold my life in so many different ways. Hence, I cannot forget their love and their sacrifice. Hence, I especially remember all my primary school teachers, my college teachers. Coming to my university career, I first of all need to specifically remember Professor Chervaraju sir. But Chervaraju sir was my teacher. He was one who provided me my job. In a way, he provided me my bread and butter. And more important, he was a person with whom I had a very good rapport. I could easily discuss things with him. And he always advised me, he always mentored me, I should say. And that is stood me in good stead over the years, definitely. So, sir, I remember you specifically on this occasion. I also remember Chelvaraju sir, the day I got my appointment order, and I was in Hoskote in the park. So, sir, phone ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, please come. I said, sir, yake? Next day join madana. No. You have to come immediately and join. I immediately came, and he said, no. You joined the afternoon. Letter came in the forenoon. Madhyana mele ಸೇರ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. He joined immediately. So that was the type of, why did he have to do all that? I mean, he just wanted to. I mean, it's something that, I will never forget. I'll never forget. Patil sir, thank you sir for all that you have done. My PhD guide and a very tough taskmaster, everybody knows. Okay. And I think all that, discipline, research discipline that he brought in, and all that, all the effort that he took, the guidance that he gave me, I think, it puts me in, it helps me even today in so many different ways. So, sir, I'm most grateful to you for having, guided me and also mentored me in such a beautiful manner over the years. And I want to also especially thank Auntie for all the hospitality she extended to me and to our family over the years. I especially thank Professor Jairam sir. Jairam sir has been a great support for me right through. Sir was not my formal teacher, but sir has always been my teacher. That is the reality. So I have learned so much from sir. I have taken his guidance on so many occasions. Even when sir was the chairman, that was the occasion. Those were the years when I used to go quite often outside. Okay, he used to just forward my applications. He also took the initiative to expedite the screening of, the processing of those applications. The administration, I know personally I've gone with sir to be vice chancellor, registrar, and so many finance officers maybe to clear up many things. Sir, thank you so much, and to your family for all that you bring to us and to my family. To all my other teachers, I need to especially remember Jeevan sir. Sir, thank you for those kind words. I definitely don't deserve all those kind words, and Melanie madam also. I really wonder whether I deserve those kind words, but I really appreciate all that you have said about me, and it really means a lot for me and for my family. I have to particularly also remember Krishnan sir. Thank you, sir, for for all that you have been to me, definitely, both as a teacher and as the chairman of the department, and your family too. We have very close association with Malati madam and your son Vikas. He always phones me, regularly in touch with me, and your daughter-in-law. So I think this is something that we are all so happy about, I need to especially remember Narayan sir. How can I forget Narayan sir? What a fantastic teacher, what a fabulous teacher. I remember the type of discipline that he used to bring into us. Time consciousness, maybe many things all of us have learned have been through teachers like all of them. Jairam sir, Jeevan sir, Krishnan sir, of course, Chelvaraju sir, and so many others, Narayan sir. I have to specifically remember, I don't want to take time because too many things for time is running out, but I had a great appreciation for him. He would come every morning, as soon as he'd be the first person in meeting in front of the library munde. As soon as open mud just go inside and he'll sit there. Central Delhi, he'll come to canteen. Those days we had university canteen. He'll have his breakfast, he'll have his umbrella. We had some mischievous students in our batch also, who sometimes used to misplace his umbrella, but in good humor. But he was so sporting also. There's a lot of things that I learned from him also. But I especially remember Narayan sir. He unfortunately is no longer with us. I remember Malaya sir, who came from Bangalore, and he was my teacher also. He taught me comparative politics, I remember. I specifically have remembered Shivanna sir. Thank you for all the kind words that you said about me. Okay, and I definitely remember as your wonderful teacher. You have been an inspiration for me right through, even after you joined Isaac. Definitely Singamal madam, I know sir will remember Singamal madam, she got me political thought. She was from government college, arts college. So she used to come in between, probably she was also here for some time, you know, and she taught me political thought. Sandeep Shastri, all of us used to enjoy her class, I remember. Definitely Vidya Shankar sir, he was a very good teacher in political thought. He was an excellent teacher in political thought. I specifically have to, you know, I don't know where he is now, you know, perhaps in Bangalore somewhere. Definitely. He's gone to the US. But I remember he taught us political thought. So if I missed out anybody, kindly forgive me. But all my teachers in university, definitely at different points in time, I remember. To all the non-teaching staff, Krishnamurti College, I think the senior all of them remember, Mr. Krishnamurti was there, Mr. Leonard sir, he was the backbone of the department along with Govind Rao. Maria Gagala, they were a great combination. Okay, excellent team. Excellent team. And right through the years, I remember all of them. Okay, Gayatri, Raju, Mohan, right down to Premsula Madam, Govindappa, Gajendra, Venkatesh, now Rajshekar. I remember everybody. I am most grateful to each one of you for all your love, affection you have shown to me, and we will definitely cherish all this. No doubt. Thank you so much. To all my research scholars, who are doing their PhD with me or who have done their PhD with me, okay, I have the privilege of guiding many of them. I continue to have the privilege of guiding many of them. In fact, my job is very, very limited in terms of research guidance because they are all so, you know, self-motivated. They have the passion. So it is that much easier for any guide. Really, I wonder whether I'm really guiding you guys, okay? But you know, you make my task that much easier. That much. And all the other research scholars in the department, the other teachers, the past and the present, I thanks to each one of you. Nagesh is here. Okay, others are here. Please convey my wishes to all your other research scholars, all the teachers here. Okay, I sincerely wish to thank each one of them and wish each one of them the very best in life. To all my dear students, how can I forget them? Both the present batch, both semester, but the second semester. I mean, I have the privilege of teaching them. They are my last batch, and I will always remember each one of them. I wish each one of you the very best in life. Work hard, you know, persevere, keep pursuing things, and things will fall into place. Cultivate the right values, things will fall into place. Don't worry, my best wishes to each one of you in all your future academic endeavors. And let me also thank all my students right from 1983 onwards. Many of them have come, I saw that, so many of them have come, and even those who are not able to come on. My best wishes to each one of you and my sincere thanks to each one of you. Whichever walk of life you are, please continue to do good for yourself and for society. God bless each one of you. I also need to thank all my colleagues in other departments and non need to specifically thank them. In so many different ways they have, they have interacted, both the teaching and non-teaching in other departments also, and so many of them also spoke. So many others, I'm sorry if I'm missing out names because time is running out, but so many of them, I think it has been a high point basically meeting each one of you, getting to know each one of you. To all my other colleagues in other universities within Karnataka, research institutions within Karnataka, and outside Karnataka, wherever, and I appreciate it. Then you want to thank all of you who have come online, from within Karnataka, outside Karnataka, and all those who have not been able to come online also. I think I've learned so much from each one of you. As you know, education is a learning process, life is a learning process. None of us know everything in life. We keep learning every moment, isn't it? So I think professionally I've learned so much from each one of you. Let me express my sincere thanks and my happiness that I have known each one of you, and I'll continue to cherish that friendship with each one of you. My special thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Venu, to the Registrar Evaluation, and the entire administrative staff of the university for all that they have done for me. I appreciate all the help and support I received from the administrative staff of the university as professor as Dean, as Academic Council member, and now presently as syndicate member also. So, like few more days. I'm happy to say that the governor has nominated me as syndicate member just before I retired. And I thank each one of the administrative staff for giving me the support, made my task that much easier in various capacities that I've held for the last 7 years. I have enjoyed my professional career in the department, I should say categorically. For any lapses on my part, whatever lapses that I may have committed, kindly forgive me, or if I hurt anybody, kindly forgive me. I seek pardon for that. I was privileged to be part of this department, there's no doubt about it. I was privileged to have great teachers like one of them. I mentioned the names and they are absolutely gems, let me tell you. Difficult to get people like that. Not just as teachers, but also as excellent human beings. I think there is so much I imbibe from them, and if at all, there is something that I imbibe, it's because of them. Meanwhile, I should also place on record my sincere, thanks to Professor Meena Deshpande, also, who was a colleague of mine, and Mr. Maharishi sir, for the thoughts that he expressed. So I think this department, has had, the right people, and we continue to have the right people, and I'm sure it will be taken forward. I would especially thank my family. My family has been a great support for me. I especially thank Vidya, my wife, because I don't know how she is. She has been, without her support, it's impossible. It's impossible. She has been a rock behind me. And she's been looking after the farm in my absence. And I am privileged to have two wonderful sons and daughter about it, Vivek and Pooja. Okay. And they are a huge support for me. So I think it's God's blessing to have all of them definitely. And all my brothers, my sister, my brothers-in-law, my sisters-in-law, my nephews, nieces, each one of them, uncles, aunties, I don't want to, but all of them, entire family, for whatever they have been for me, the support they have given me, the encouragement that they have given me, and we love what they have done. Thank you so much, each one. Thank you for inviting me, Rita, Vivek, and Pooja is not well, otherwise she will be for this end of function. Once again, special thanks to you, Professor Ramana, Chairperson of the Department, Professor Nasrumurthy, Professor Veena, Professor Surendra Kumar, live wire of the department, my esteemed teachers, each one of them, the non-teaching staff, research scholars, students, invitees, offline and online. I am confident the department will continue to grow over the years. I wish each one of my colleagues, teaching and non-teaching, the very best. Special thanks to all my teachers for taking the trouble to come to this. Thank you, sir, for taking the trouble to come to this function. Special thanks to Sandeep Shastri for taking the trouble to come all the way for this program. Thank you, Sandeep. Thanks to all those who have taken the trouble to come online. God bless all of you.
ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಸಿಟಿ, ಆನೆಸ್ಟಿ, ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಹ್ಯೂಮ್ಯಾನಿಟಿ, ಮುಕ್ತನ ಈ ರತ್ನವನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಕಿರೀಟದ ಮುಕ್ತಿ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಮುಕ್ತನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ದುಃಖ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ರತ್ನ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದಂತ ವಜ್ರಕಲಿತವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕಿರೀಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ತೆಗಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಉಪಕರಣದಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಋಣವನ್ನು ತೀರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಗಳು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಪಿಸೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತಾ
ಅವರ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಅವರ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಹಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ವಿಷಯದೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತಲ್ಲೀನರಾಗಿ ಅವರು ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತನಕ ಸಹ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
I am very touched
quite emotional actually. Like they all gave me a send off on 26th. I could see the genuine love. Okay, I don't know whether I deserve, I'm not sure. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾನೊಂದು ಹಾಲಿನ ಮರ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ನಾನು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಮರ ಅಂತ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಜೀವನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸಸಿನೇ. ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದೇವರು ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ 38 ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳು. 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ ಏನಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುರುಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಆವತ್ತೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾನು ಚಲುವರಾಜು ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಸೊ ನನಗೂ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚರ್ ಜೀವನ್ ಸರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಿರೋ ಜೊತೆ ಜಯರಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಸರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನಾರಾಯಣ್ ಸರ್, ಮಲ್ಲಯ್ಯ ಸರ್, ಸಿಂಗಮ್ಮನ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ವಿದ್ಯಾಶಂಕರ್ ಸರ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸು, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಗುರುಗಳು, ಯಾರೂ ಮರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋನ್. ವಿತೌಟ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವೀಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಟು ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟೆಡ್. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಓದಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನಾಟ್ ಅ ರುಟೀನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಚೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಲೈವ್. ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್, as I say, teachers ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು whatever we say, whatever we do, how we say, what we do, when we do, it is all under the scanner. Every minute. So I think my sustenance was my students actually, and all of you are my colleagues now. I'm so happy. Yes, Santosh are there. Right? All of you are doing so well. Not only the positions you occupy, but also as good human beings. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅದೇ ಬೇಕಿರೋದು ಕೊನೆಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್, ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಆಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟರ್ಸ್, ಆಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ಸೊ we do that also. So what I'm trying to say is ultimately it is important to ensure that ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಆಗಲಿ, ultimately it is important to see what how we serve your purpose in that place. Otherwise it becomes a routine mechanical process ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಬರೋದು ಹೋಗೋದು ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಸಂಬಳ ಸಿಗೋದು ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದೊಂದು ರೂಟೀನ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. isn't it? ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂತ, we need to think and sit for ourselves and think, okay, today how was it? ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ I think definitely we will reflect ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, what has been today, what happened? Okay, how I've gone wrong, or whether ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ let me tell you, ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಮುಂಚೆ I remember 2 sets of people. ಒಂದು ಚಲುವರಾಜು ಸರ್, ಎರಡನೇದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ. ನಾನು ಅವತ್ತೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ನಮಗೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್, ಅಡಿಪಾಯ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳು. It is they set the foundations. Otherwise, how can we be what we are? It's impossible, isn't it? So I don't claim to have done much. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು. ಓಕೆ, ದೇವರನ್ನ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. And I try to do the best of my ability, the possibility, and what I try to do, as all of us are doing. All my teachers did. There's no difference. ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ. And I know each one of my colleagues, Ramna sir, chairman of the senior teacher, Narsimurthy, Veena, Surendra, he is the dynamite of the department. He is the dynamite of the department, okay? And of course, I think in 3 years' time, senior teachers like Ramana sir and Nasamurthy will retire. Veena Devi has a long innings. So, of course, in 3 years' time, they will take it forward, and then subsequently Veena and whoever may join department. I'm sure the VC also the ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಸ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ತುಂಬ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ನಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಭರ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. So it is a question of time because government will make appointments. It has to make. You can't go on with. You have to have full-time teachers, isn't it? How do you administer the university? Here, the college principal, Mahesh here. You need to have full-time teachers. Because university, all departments are shrinking. That is a reality. So I think the point is that government also is aware of this law, getting sensitized to this. So let's hope they make appointments sooner or later. So let me be very frank with you. I look at it this way, that God gave me an opportunity. I had wonderful students like all of you. I am so touched by your presence. Okay, even the other day I told students, all those who are offline are as good as being physically present. And again Vidya said, you don't be angry with him or anybody. It is as good as being physically present. Again Vidya said it. Even those who have spoken, fine. Those who have not spoken also, I know. Sako, you don't have to express unnecessary, not necessary. Isn't it? So I look at it this way. So I think the principal, the chairman and the colleagues had some constraints. Okay. And Sarkar and Niti, in uncertain times, this COVID times, unprecedented times. Isn't it? Suppose something goes wrong, they will be in trouble. Yaro video to Nori, on room, the more Jana and help with prayer. It is not anything against any one of you, please. No. We did not selectively, but I appreciate all that they did the other day. Lot of coordination, I know. My family also appreciated. I pass on the type of love you have shown to me now, all of you. Okay, to my family. Okay, and they have highest regard for the department. Okay, this was my second home, to be frank with you. Okay, I probably spent more time traveling and the department than in Malaysia. Because those days, by the time I reach home, ಮನೆ ಸೇರುವಾಗ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಸ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ 3 ಗಾಡಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. Metro was big relief ನಮಗೆ. Somebody was saying 3/4 my problem was solved. Suresh was also talking to Suresh. But anyway, that's part of life. I think, to be frank with you, I never considered it a struggle. See, I will tell many of my friends, they ask me, Yake sir, Ishtura, Yake Barjeko. Many colleagues in university tell me, Yake, ye quarter ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ 8 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ತೊಂದರೆ. I said, ಅದೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯ. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. And then farm environment, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು somehow. I said, another 1 hour I will travel and go, no problem. Okay, so I think farming is it's in my blood, I think. Okay, I enjoyed my teaching career, of course. So I go back to my farm. Okay, if something comes by, maybe I don't want to be on a fixed timetable or anything like that. Maybe something comes by, I will do something for some time, on and off. Okay, and even if nothing comes by, and again someone says, I'm happy. I'm happy even otherwise on my farm, no problem. Doing very small things, okay, that keeps me happy. I was telling in the morning to somebody, department has given me a nice, alina sasi, okay, people tree. So that I will make a beautiful bonsai. Next time when they come, I will show them it is going to develop into a beautiful bonsai. Okay, that I promise you. Somehow I had this fascination for making bonsais last 50 years. Okay, so that is only a hobby, but it's a wonderful hobby actually. Keeps sorry, ಯಾವುದು ಫಾರಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ನವಿಲುಗಳಿವೆ ಈಗ. So they gave me a nice beautiful, okay, brass peacock. I told them, don't worry, it will be in my library 100%. So thank you. I really, when I look back, I am most grateful to God, my parents, my teachers, and all of you students and now colleagues for having, and all my colleagues for having provided this possibility for me. Otherwise, it is not possible. Okay, whatever little I could do, I have done, and I go with immense happiness and satisfaction. I am genuinely grateful to all of you for all the love and affection each one of you have shown to me. There are two principles in retirement, as they say. I was telling the other day, I didn't say it on that day. There are two principles when you retire, as I understand. One is retire but don't get tired. Okay, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು till your last breath, whatever it may be. ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸಂತೋಷ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಸಾಕು. ಎರಡನೇದು, agree to disagree in life, but do not become disagreeable. That is a very important principle. Okay, you become disagreeable, then things go in a different direction. So we all had our differences, okay, but we agree to disagree without becoming disagreeable. Thammaiah sir Kaladinda, that was the philosophy of our principal, also of our department. We had good differences. We continue. There are no binna people irbeku. Okay, we should know how to handle the difference. We should be handled in a healthy manner. It's very, very important. Is that clear? Not only department, anywhere outside also. So that somehow I feel is something that we need to cultivate. Okay, it doesn't mean now ಹೇಳೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಹೇಳೋದೆಲ್ಲ ತಾವು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ತಾವು ಹೇಳೋದು ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. We can have healthy differences. That's what it is important. That's important for growth, human growth. But don't become disagreeable. Once you become disagreeable, then I think the scenario is changed. Okay, it becomes personalized. That's my only request. I tell my family, tell everybody else. This is my only request. Okay, so life journey will continue for me till such time God decides I am on this earth. Okay, and I am thankful to each one of you, to my department, for all that they have done for me. Is that clear? Without that support, I don't think I could have done much, to be frank with you. So I recall all that has happened. Very good traditions have been set by Chaloraju Sojivan sir, all of them. Okay, please continue those traditions. And at the same time, do whatever we can do. Not that we can change the world upside down. Even I became dean or became, academic council member, whatever. My perspective was, do whatever you can do, but try to bring about some change for the better aspect. Try to bring about some change for the better. That's my only request to you. Okay, not that we can ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನ ಸಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. But some small things if we can do, that's great contribution, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So try to do it that way, and I think, I'm sure all of you, I recognize all the contributions each one of them have made. Each one of you are doing in your own place of work, in your families, everywhere. Is that clear? My last point is, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿ be happy and be contented. Thank you. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What do you call a person who is happy on a Monday morning? You guessed it, a retired person. While you are gathered for Vinod's retirement, you really want to ask, what is he retiring from? You see, Vinod has two major passions, education and farming. Starting tomorrow, these passions will be reversed, but both are close to his heart. He will continue to write articles, edit books, and continue providing help to anyone who will want to tap into his enormous experience as a tenured professor, scholar, and the dean of your esteemed university. Being his oldest sibling, there is no living person who has known Vinod longer. Many of you have met my other brother, Dr. Saji, and my sister, Nirmala. I'm sure I speak for them as well. Vinod has many great qualities, but I will draw your attention to three of his characteristics that make him special: vision, hard work, and love. Vinod has great vision and optimism. He's always applying for some fellowship or grant. He's always taking that chance, lurking on the horizon. He has been blessed with many awards, including the Fulbright Scholarship. He puts his full effort into everything he does. We see it in his devotion to his students and colleagues, his devotion to preparing lectures and writing papers. But let me let you in on a secret.
Vinod is undoubtedly the world's best bookbinder. He can put together any old book with glue, stitch, tape, staple, and bind it like new. In fact, he has done it with nearly all of my father's books. If any of you need help with this, his response will be, quote, no problem, unquote. Traveling from home to the city takes a minimum of 1 hour each way. On Tuesdays, famous for the K.R. Puram market day, it will take much more time. When he began working in Kangeri, Vinod added another hour to his travel each way. Can you imagine traveling 2.5 to 3 hours each way from Hoskote to Kangeri? This, my friends, is hard work with devotion. Although vision and hard work are important, I think what places Vinod apart is his truly loving manner. I'm sure you have noticed how excited he gets when he knows that you all are visiting the farm. Vinod is the same with workers on the farm. I don't know how to say it, but somehow they feel a genuineness and warmth towards him. Eleanor Roosevelt commented that behind every great man there is a great woman. That person is Preeta. I will also add that behind them is a bright young man named Vivek and a bright young lady named Pooja. Yes, both blessings from God. Even in our own family, we know that Preeta, their home is our home too. It is a genuine love that oozes from them. You all have provided Vinod a second home at the university that has allowed him to retire with such fond memories. Thank you for that. God bless Vinod and his extended family. I thank you all for allowing me to say these words.
The most dependable brother one can ever have. I remember my school days. He was unfortunately assigned the duty of bringing me back home from school by my parents, which was a very tedious task those days, considering where we live and me being not very cooperative sister. This task he accomplished without a blemish right up to my MSc days at Gyana Bharati. From a young age, hard work and perseverance was ingrained in him, and he was extremely conscious of his duties, no matter how trivial they may be. Vinod has been a great binder in the family. The fun times we as a family have is mostly at his house. He and Preeta are tremendous hosts, and any time, day or night, welcome friends and family with open arms. All the goodness and positive energy he radiates at home reflects the wonderful environment at his workplace, especially the love and support from his esteemed colleagues and dedicated and inspiring students. A big thank you to each one of you from our family. As Vinod completes 38 years of commendable service, I wish Vinod and Preeta warm sunshine days ahead. God bless all. God bless all. God bless all. God bless all. God bless all.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wish you happy retirement life, sir. Good luck. God bless you.